Welcome to This Week at Four Horsemen, where we are in the star system of Mandalore. And I am the Duchess Rhytine of Mandalore. And this is my Jedi love interest, Ron B1 Kenobi.
I'll go with that one.
Yes. We are lovers but not.
Oh.
Because
No.
you can't. Because your Jedi church says
Jedi.
no.
I'm abstaining.
But we could. But you won't.
We get away with it.
And then I die. Spoiler alert. So, Mr. Kenobi,
Yes?
or Jedi Kenobi,
Jedi Ron
Master
B1.
Kenobi, Master. What is This Week of Four Horsemen?
This week at Four Horsemen is our weekly show to discuss events, sales, promotions, and other nerdy topics.
Yes, and we're going to start off this episode with a giveaway. We need help.
We do.
We need 30 more likes to get to 5,000 likes on Facebook. And if we do that by 5 p.m. this Friday, this guy is going to hide a $100 gift card in the store.
I thought it was $10.
It was, but I just amped it up.
Now it's $100.
Live, and there's nothing he can do about it. I just thrown away money.
Make it rain.
All right, let's go to comics.
Wait.
What do we got this week?
Wait, we got blue shirts. Why do we have blue shirts?
Because the color's messed up. Oh,
So, taking care of our comics today, we have our very own
Captain
Lewis,
Britain.
Captain Britain, Mr. Lewis downstairs.
Yeah.
I can't wait for July 4th. It's going to be great.
I don't really know what you mean by that.
What? History?
Okay, so
Let's talk Labyrinth.
No, I know what you mean by July 4th, but I don't know what that relates to our comics or Lewis.
Oh, Lewis. We're going to have a lot of fun with Lewis around July 4th. A lot of fun.
Are you saying we're going to attack him? We're going to declare our independence from him?
Maybe some tea incidents. Just saying.
I stopped myself from making a super inappropriate joke there. All right, comics. So the Dark Crystal comic has been super successful. Now we have a new 12-issue run of Labyrinth, and this takes place before the movie. This is actually the untold origin of Jareth, the Goblin King.
I honestly thought that he was just a member or a inhabitant of the Labyrinth. He is not. So,
I haven't read it yet.
I've read about halfway through.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
Cool.
good.
I'm planning on reading it. Yeah.
It's good. It's very Alice in Wonderlandish, I
Well,
guess.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's Labyrinth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What else we got? DC.
I mean, it is essentially like a different interpretation of Alice.
Very dark one.
All right, and from DC Comics, because there wasn't anything else to talk about, we have Mera, Queen of Atlantis. This is a 6-issue run, and this is issue number 1. This is her first book ever.
Her solo book?
This is her first solo book ever, and interestingly, it deals with an Atlantean civil war.
Ooh. Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
For Marvel.
We have a Peter Parker number 300. I got to burn through this one really fast.
It's a whole lot of Peters.
That was help me. It's a very good book. Back on track now. I don't know where I'm going with this.
There's some notes there.
There were some notes. Spectacular Spider-Man number 300. This started years and years ago. It is an oversized anniversary edition. Has to do with the Tinkerer. Has Doctor Doom in it. There's some time travel stuff happening. The Iron Man is in there. Not really Iron Man. Ironheart, I guess, is in this. So it's a good read. Very good read. Good story.
And moving on.
Yep.
Speaking
Speaking of Marvel. Oh, Marvel. Come on.
I'm Marvel at that.
Somebody in the art department needs shot.
Yeah, they're having a tissue issue over at Marvel. They need to rethink their commercial tie-ins. So, from Star Wars, we have the new issue of Vader. This is issue 12. Just read it. Whew. This book just keeps upping it and upping it. It is so cool.
The art's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that lightsaber.
I'm not going to say anything. Spoiler alert.
Don't say it.
This is really cool. You need to read this book if you're anything close to a Star Wars fan. And speaking of being a fan,
Yep.
My staff this week is the Unspoken Realms podcast. So these are audiobook style recordings of the Magic the Gathering stories. So if you know anything about Magic, you know that there is an actual story. They write short stories that go along with the card game. They're published on the Wizards of the Coast website. This guy reads them out like audiobooks. He does different voices for all the different characters. It's completely free.
That's cool.
You can find him, just Google the Unspoken Realms. I think it's unspokenrealms.wordpress.com.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal, and I wanted to mention him now because he just finished up the Rivals of Ixalan stories, and they have been my favorite so far out of all the ones I've read. I wanna say what happens, but it's so cool.
I got. What does Nicobola sound like? I know he's not in this current run, but like Almond Kid, he was all over that one. So.
Well, he is.
Yeah, but what does he sound like? I mean, he
is.
Oh, okay. But how does he sound?
It's like.
Is he terrifying? Like, I think gravelly.
Raska, go to Exelon. Find me the key to locking the planeswalkers.
You sound like the bug from Men in Black.
Water.
Same thing.
Stop, sugar.
I hated that scene as a kid. It creeped me out so much.
Wearing an Igor suit.
It's one of those movies that I have vivid memories watching as a kid, where I'll pin myself to the back of the couch and like I love this movie. It's like look completely miserable watching it. But just,
Sorry.
Definitely check out Unspoken Realms podcast. It is well worth it if you've never touched the Magic the Gathering stories. A lot of them are really good.
Our shirts are purple now.
I especially recommend the Rivals of Ixalan stories. All right, moving on to the Four Horsemen versus series. The droids won.
Yes.
Yes. By 1 vote.
What?
Yes.
Was it Twitter?
No. Yeah. So they C3PO and R2 won on Facebook and Instagram, and Ollie won on Twitter.
Go figure. Why? Why does Twitter hate me so much?
But cumulatively, the droids won.
Good. Good.
Best comment was from Travis Wells, who
Travis
said,
Wells says the droids have plot armor,
which is it's just so true.
So
like
true.
I was watching,
nothing can touch them.
I was watching Clone Wars with Drake before I got here, and there's clone troopers on this side, there's battle droids on this side, they're shooting all over the place, and R2 just goes right in between them and just scoots along. And I'm like, plot armor.
Not today.
Yeah. So this week we have another eclectic matchup. We have the original Power Rangers, the original American Power Rangers anyway, versus
Arya Stark.
Arya, is that how you say
Arya,
that?
yeah.
So I haven't watched Game of Thrones yet, and I looked when I first thought of this. I was like, oh, it's 5 people who can fight versus 1 person who I can assume fight. But in reading comments, she has like magic powers.
She doesn't have anything. Blaine even says that Arya is going to win in the chat. Sorry, Blaine, you're totally wrong. Arya is she's just a kid. She's absolutely just a kid. She is a very driven young lady, but she doesn't have Power Ranger powers. Sorry.
Well, I mean, they don't have like...
They have Zords.
Yeah, but I'm not making an argument for her. I don't know. Somebody in one of the comments said that she has magic powers and she's an assassin.
Oh yeah, she's very... she does. She really does. She's got... Watch the show.
Well... I mean,
okay.
You can tell me what powers she has.
So she doesn't really have powers. She has like abilities to like change her looks and her appearance. So she could turn into Alpha and like sneak in, but Zordon's gonna see right through that and just crush her. She doesn't stand a chance.
All right,
magical
we'll
powers
see.
aside.
I think Zach could beat her hand without the rest of them because Zach's the best. But
Zach?
Yeah.
What about Billy?
Billy?
Billy.
He's afraid of fish.
Billy was like
God, a goldfish. No, not Billy. I think.
You think he wore the glasses under the helmet? No.
Yeah.
No. Around there?
I mean, he still has to see.
He does.
Do you think?
I wonder if they're prescription.
The visor's prescription.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
I don't know. I think we need to move on.
Probably.
Yeah. Let's definitely let's click out of here.
Mm-hmm. What's next?
So
last week we had some Pokemon. This is a picture from Friday Night Pokemon. That's our very own Dane Lumen playing Carl. Check out those dice. These are metallic aluminum dice, really cool. Got the old Horseman logo.
So these are pictures from last week's events.
Yep. We got a new for sale item in. These are invisible dice. They're all the rage.
So
only the owner knows what you roll.
You can roll them and then just tell your DM it's a crit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a crit.
Yep.
I'm just rolling hot tonight.
Prove me wrong.
Are these illegal at casinos?
Yes. Take them to Vegas.
All right.
Here's a panoramic view of Friday Night Magic, Friday Night Pokemon, Force of Will. There was all kinds of stuff going on Friday night.
Oh my, that's
Yeah,
a lot
there
of
was
people.
there was a handful of people.
There's
Got
100% too much Rayhaw in that
Yep.
picture.
There's Turtle flying the Four Horsemen colors. Got the new green Horseman shirt on there. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice.
And, we had so Sunday during Pokemon League, we had somebody come in to run a paint party, which was kind of cool. People came out to paint these and take them home. It's really cool. We're going to be doing some more of these. Worked out really well.
All right. That's lovely. All right. So we're moving on to events. This is a schedule of this week's events. We're going to talk about specifics about some of our unique events. We're going to gloss over the weekly stuff. If you need more information on any of these, please go to facebook.com and click on the event tab.
Yep.
Yes. And first off, we have a new weekly event that we're going to be adding, which is Modern Mondays, which is, of course, a Magic event. It's going to start this coming Monday, March the 5th, 6:30. 6:30.
Yep. 6:30.
$10 to play.
$10 to get in.
Has a little bit higher of a prize pool than Friday Night Magic.
Yep.
Otherwise, very similar.
Yeah. Also, we're going to be doing a Force of Will pre-release coming up this weekend. Friday.
The Time Spinning Witch.
I don't know why, but I really like the name of this set.
I really don't.
We need to open some of these. These were a lot of fun.
Okay.
So when, we're going to get a pre-release kit. We're going to open one of these.
On the show?
Sure.
Sure. Next week?
We'll do it, yeah.
All right.
All right.
And do we get to do what we did last time we
Yes,
opened
we
Force
do.
Will packs? All right. We'll have to...
Make so many enemies that
oh,
day.
yeah. So many enemies.
Everybody gets a
It's a
promo.
fire dragon.
Come out and play. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. And also, this Saturday, we have the Warhammer 40K First Strike!
First Strike.
GPT Primer Tournament.
Swear to God, I thought you were going to hit me.
Sign-up start at 10 a.m. It is $15 to play. We're going to do 3 rounds, 1,000-point builds, and this is an ITC tournament.
This is one of the first ones. There'll be many more to follow.
Mm-hmm.
We've also got 2018 Whiz Kids Open Saturday, March 10th, looking a week or so down the road. Registration starts at 10:30. Round 1 begins at 11 a.m. sharp. It's going to be a long day. Make sure you come out on time. Entry's $30. It's 300-point sealed, a Swiss round followed by a cut to elimination. So there's going to be a lot of people. We're expecting a lot of people. If we get over, I believe, 16 players, 16 and 20 people, double prize support. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, very limited kits, but we got 2 of them. So we're going to load it up. Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep.
And then coming up also, we have a Pokemon League Cup on Sunday, March the 11th. It's going to start at 11 a.m., feature the standard constructed format, and is $15 to play. Those usually are pretty well attended.
They are. We'll be full up that day.
Yes.
We've also got, looking even further down the road, we got International Tabletop Day coming on April 28th. That's also a Saturday. We're looking for some volunteers to run some games. Get in touch with me.
Great chance if you have a game that people don't know about that you love to play. Here's an opportunity to bring it in, teach it to people, find some new people to play with.
Yep, we're partnering with Nerd Herd as always. Great group of people. Jay and William also, like we said, looking for some volunteers, different games. So
I feel like the Nerd Herd should have like a secret like handshake.
like a
type
handshake,
thing.
yeah.
Nerd Herd!
That's like the water buffalo thing.
I don't know.
All right, Jay, we're gonna work on a secret handshake. Oh, speaking of Jay, we are going to do a Captain Sonar game near the end of Tabletop Day. I think we're gonna try to stream it.
Saying this for like years.
I need people. If you're not busy
I
Saturday
work
night.
Saturday nights.
Alex,
Hanging out with the chillins.
I need a crew for my sub. I'm taking applications. Get in touch.
I want to make gold member reference, but I can't. All right.
I like gold.
Oh, but of course. Moving on to my favorite segment.
And my favorite segment
is This Week in Star Wars. Finally, I didn't even know he didn't have one.
Yeah, how does he not have one?
It was just announced that on March 8th, Mark Hamill will receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in the film category. Like, he should have
What else could it be? Oh, voiceovers, yeah. Voice acting.
Television, yeah. I mean,
he's more well known, I think, as Luke Skywalker than the Joker.
So I
or
did.
a million other things.
I actually
Really?
disagree. Yeah. I've listened to 4 or 5 podcasts interviewing him, and I don't know if it's because he told them I don't want to talk about Star Wars, but it's like most of it is about Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It could be the case that he's just like I don't want to talk about Star Wars.
Yeah.
But which is his right. But yeah, like why doesn't he have one already?
Yeah. He should.
But congratulations,
Look at that mug.
Mark.
Look at that mug.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well done, buddy.
Moving on to This Week in Movies, we have the Black Widow, Red Sparrow. If you haven't watched the trailer for this, it's about a...
Pirate. Johnny Depp?
No.
That's Jack Sparrow.
That's
Sorry.
Jack Sparrow. Yeah. It's about a spy program in Soviet Russia that trains young women to be espionage agents, and things go wrong and blah blah blah. But essentially, it's just like the program that Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, was trained in the Marvel universe. You could just rebrand this and recast Jennifer Lawrence, which we wouldn't do because we love Jennifer Lawrence, but Scarlett Johansson. We also love Scarlett Johansson, and it would be a Black Widow movie.
Why don't they call it Black Sparrow? Just call it what it is.
Red is kind of a iconic color.
Russian,
yeah. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a thing.
Widow.
No, the only noticeable difference is in this movie they seem like they've kind of dodged the whole issue that they train those girls as girls.
Oh yeah,
from
from
little girls, and this seems to be young women.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I've been watching the Marvel television show Agent Carter, and in the first season, she goes to Soviet Russia undercover, and she infiltrates the school where Black Widow is trained.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really
she has
cool.
to fight like a 7-year-old girl. It's really cool. That show is wonderful, by the way. Check it out. But yeah, that movie looks interesting. I want to see this.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Let me tell you how much you do not want to see this movie.
Was it not good?
Annihilation. It was a fantastic movie. It was beautiful.
I want to see it.
It scared. There was a couple of scenes where it scared the pants off me. It creeped me out so bad.
I want to see it.
And something I did not realize until the very end, I went with Eric, and I looked over and I said, this makes me feel just like Ex Machina, that the ending just betrayed me, and he just starts laughing. He's like, it's the same director. I'm out. I quit.
I don't care. I want to see this movie. This movie looks awesome.
It's real good. But it's
it's Natalie
it's very stressful. Right? Yeah. She does a great job. She does a really, really good job. Everybody does a great job, but Natalie Portman.
Yeah, this came out last week, didn't it?
Yeah. Good movie. All right.
Natalie. All right, so moving on to the countdown to infinity, we are at week 9, which features Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which not only is one of my favorite Marvel movies, is just a favorite movie of mine. This movie was just so out of left field. It's the one where like people were like, the first Captain America movie wasn't that great. I don't know about. And then they go see this movie. Wow, that movie was so good. Just all the Hydra memes.
Yeah, there's a lot of Hail Hydras going on.
Yeah, oh my. I love this movie. I think it's outstanding.
Yeah. I've been watching S.H.I.E.L.D., and I think I'm at the point where this is happening because they just talked about...
you're way past that.
Because isn't this where the helicarrier dives into D.C.? Because that's where I'm at now.
It's mid-season of season 1. The midway point of season 1. You're probably about to hit where they tie into Age of Ultron.
Yeah, yes I am.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which you should take a break and watch Age of Ultron, because when you're watching Age of Ultron and you are current on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you're like, where's Phil? Where's Phil? This is the perfect time to put Phil in here.
Phil!
We need to talk more about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. later.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Blaine gives us a Hydra. Hail Hydra, Blaine. Hail Hydra.
It's beautiful.
All right, so Horsemen of the Week?
The first rule that you and I ascribe to when producing content for this show.
Yeah.
Don't talk about religion.
Switzerland.
Don't talk about politics.
Yep.
We are going to step outside of this for a very important issue.
Not necessarily politics. I guess it kind of is. It's a political issue.
No, it's completely.
Yeah.
It's definitely politics because they're public servants and the government decides what they get paid. Yeah. We just wanted to take a minute to share our respect and our adoration and our support of the West Virginia public employees, and particularly the educators, and the young lad Gideon.
Gideon, he saved us.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard the news, the strike is apparently I don't know if it's completely over, if it is on break, but it has stopped.
It's over for now, but maybe picked up.
Right. So basically what happened was, if you're following the news, Gideon was talking, this 6-year-old boy was talking to the governor about tourism. And he says, hey, how does tourism
Governor
work?
Jim Justice.
And he's like, well, we're going to take $1 and we're going to turn it into $8 by making an investment in tourism. And he goes, and Gideon's like, so why aren't we doing that with our teachers?
Yeah.
And Governor was like, good point. Let's do that.
Let's do that. And so he is kind of halfway met them on where they wanted to be.
Right.
And kids will be going back to school this Thursday.
But educators, public employees, you guys, good job.
You have the full support of the staff and family
Absolutely.
here at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming.
Yep.
Woot.
Go for it, guys.
Yes. All right, moving on to the Four Horsemen mailbag. First, if you would like to submit a question to the Four Horsemen mailbag, send it to us through any of our social media channels. We will answer it live here on the show.
Yep.
All right, I sent this to you earlier.
I like this one.
I hope you have an answer prepared.
I absolutely do. And
Okay.
and it's really weird because when you asked me the question, the very first thing that popped into my mind was the very first thing that popped into Alex's mind because I asked him
Okay.
off the air right before we started.
All right, so the question is, if you had to take one DC or Marvel character and insert them in the opposing multiverse, who would it be and why?
You want to go first?
Sure. And that's because I think I have the most generic... Typically, I like to be super spicy with these.
Yeah.
But I think I have the most generic, boring answer to this question. But it's just so true.
Yeah.
I would put Batman in the Marvel universe, so I wouldn't have to pay attention to the DC universe at all.
Ouch!
I like DC Comics.
Send the hate mail to.
I like DC Comics. There's lots of great things. I love Green Arrow. I
Yeah.
love Green Lantern. Martian Manhunter is cool. But Batman is the only character that I'm a fan.
Really not into it. Yeah.
A fan of.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that if you put this question out to the world, that would be the number one answer, probably by far.
Yeah. So the first thing that popped into my mind, and I laughed a whole lot more than I should have, Deadpool. I just want to throw Deadpool right in the middle of DC Universe and just watch the hilarity ensue.
Can I change my answer?
And when I asked Alex, without hesitation, she's like, Deadpool. I'm like, yes!
See, Deadpool is never the first thing I think of in any category.
Ever? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just he's just so outside of
Yeah.
the formula.
Yeah.
It just never occurs to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beck and I were talking to Emma yesterday. She wanted to watch The Dark Knight, and I told her she couldn't yet. And she said, well, I can watch all the Marvel movies. I'm like, yeah, you can watch every Marvel movie.
Yep.
And Beck's like, no, she can't.
Oh, that's
And
true.
I said, no, she can watch every single Marvel movie. They're all completely fine. She said, Deadpool. I'm like, oh. Oh. Except for that one. You know what? Let's watch The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But yes. Also,
All right.
we are constructing a new survey.
Yes.
We're hoping to have out to you guys next week.
Yep.
Probably won't.
We'll try really hard.
Be aware. All right, moving on to Did You Know Four Horsemen? We have a playlist on our YouTube channel called Behind the Scenes and Bloopers at Four Horsemen that
Don't watch it. Just don't watch it.
has over 20 videos of it, outtakes and bloopers and just little short behind the scene videos that kind of shows what goes on when the cameras are off.
Yeah, off, Alex.
I watched through a lot of them today. I had a lot of fun. You should definitely check
A lot
them
of
out.
fun. Very funny stuff. So we've got a sale going on this week. Earlier this week, Kevin Smith had a massive heart attack. So we, in honor of Mr. Smith, we are going to do a buy one, get one half off, or get one free. You've got something to add. Buy one Batman trade at regular price, get a second one free. Back to you.
Perhaps in honor of Mr. Smith, we should have a moment of silence.
Jane Silent Bob. Google it, kids.
It's not funny if you explain it. All right.
Oh,
All right.
so bad.
Some social media stuff.
Wait.
What?
I want you to read this in the voice of Captain Kirk.
The voice of Captain Kirk.
There you go.
Are we paranoid or are you following us? Please like us at facebook.com/4horsemen. Screw this. This is going to take forever. Can I do it as Nicol Bolas instead?
Follow us on Instagram.
Now you
Four
got
Horsemen
Sean
Comics.
Connery in there.
Or how about Meatwad?
Oh no, Meatwad would actually be pretty good.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/c/4horseman gaming. Follow us on Twitter at 4 Horseman Watch over streaming content at twitch.tv/4horseman. And please shop our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemancomics.com. No, please, Master Shaker, he gets so mad. Frylock, no, don't lock me in the closet, please. I'm gonna be a good little Miwok.
All right, Blaine, why don't you do it in Raven next time?
Raven?
Raven.
Raven. Like that's so Raven?
I would imagine not.
Or like DC Raven?
Teen Titans Raven.
I don't know what Raven sounds like. Is it she's like the really monotone one, right?
Yeah, like real brooding.
Like
yeah.
I won't go out with you. I don't know what she sounds like.
DC. All right. Got that for you.
Post-credit scene
Post-credits.
rolling for next week.
What we got?
Number 13. Have we done 13?
Done 13.
All right, so 10.
Did 10.
All right, well,
God.
This one, if we've done it, we'll do one up from it. Number 12, 13, all right, 15 from Dakota Marker, the scene from 300 where Leonidas kicks the guy into the pit.
That one's gonna be fun.
Who gets to be? Okay, all right.
I get to kick you.
Odds.
I want to kick you.
Odd, I'm Leonidas. Evens, you're Leonidas.
All right.
All right, and we'll let Alex actually look at the die, so none of us is cheating. What is it?
Even.
Wait, I kick you?
Yes. Stupid dice.
Tune in next week, guys. It's gonna be great.
All right. So we had this suggested by some jerk. A scene from Fifth Element.
Yep.
Featuring Ruby Rod.
You remember the tagline for this movie? Star Wars for the 90s. No, Star Wars was Star Wars for the 90s. This was a good movie. It was not Star Wars. Yeah, I know. Still a really good movie.
Who's Ruby?
Ruby Rod.
Do you want to be Ruby or am I Ruby? We never actually talked about this.
Oh, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Roll.
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing. Oh my god, Corbin is in trouble. I'm going to go and try and see if I can see something a little closer. Oh my god.
I'm on vacation. Don't shoot me, please. I'm on vacation. I won a contest. Gemini croquettes. Floats in paradise. I look like Bruce Willis.
See you next week.